All right, everybody, welcome to another Dungeons and Dragons Monday night. We're going to be playing 5th edition homebrew campaign. We're going to jump right back in. It's been a while since we've streamed, so that's cool. You see all our players here. They're about ready to jump in. If you missed last week, you can go to my YouTube channel and catch up on the episode. It shows you everything that happened in the town of Port Bastion, which was super cool, and where we left off with a big fight. That's where we're going to pick up tonight. So let's just jump right over to that already. And yeah, let's transition to the battle map. And our players... Oh, let's get them in the right spot too. As I maneuver. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. This one. There we go. All right, cool. So, as we're going to just jump right in, because we just want to play D&D, we don't want to mess around with anything else. We're at the top of the round. As a recap, we had 4 Beastmen creatures, 6'6", heavily muscled, big, nasty axes, come sprinting across. They come out of the dark woods to the north, and they sprint across this field towards our players, our party members, our heroes who have just raised a totem. And then they see them sprinting across. They fired arrows. They tried to set up some defensive works here to get ready as these guys come rushing in. We're going to go ahead and start at the top of the round. Tristan had the best roll for initiative, our paladin. So Tristan, you are up. What would you like to do for your turn?
Let's see. They're at the edge of the map now, right?
They're exactly, yeah, yep. So they are now exactly 55 feet from you currently. And they're on like a full run. So they're like in motion, but they're at that 55 point at the moment.
Right. And if I remember correctly with throwing weapons, when it's 31, 20, 30 is the good range, maximum good range.
Yeah, so the shorter number is you can throw normal. If you try to go out towards the maximum, it's at disadvantage, but you still can throw that maximum, and you can't go past maximum.
All right, I'll throw a javelin at him.
All right. Awesome. So on your character sheet, you should be able to click javelin, and it should throw for you.
All right, and then do I need to make sure to put the disadvantage on the... top there
I think it'll roll. Yeah, yep. On the top of your character sheet where it says, yeah, if it says that, go ahead and just click disadvantage and it'll do it for you.
Cool.
Yeah, I like those advantage, disadvantage toggles. Perfect. Okay, so 8. So we see a javelin kind of arc out, and we see one of the beastmen, the one that you were aiming at, uses its axe to knock it away. And it hits the ground out near here and just sticks in the ground. So eventually, after the battle, you might want to have to go get it. Mark down that you've used a javelin, just in case you have more than one. And you might also put in the notes of your character that javelin's been damaged. So it has a -1 to damage at the moment until you get it repaired.
Okay.
Because you rolled a 1. That's one of our homebrew rules. All right. But would have been 9 piercing, though. That'd have been good.
No, I rolled an 8.
That's normally you would think that's true, but if you hold your mouse over it, it shows you what you rolled, and then it shows you what your bonuses were, which is super cool. Yeah, all right. So it does all the math for you, so it's cool. All right, so you did a throw. That's your action. You typically would still have movement or bonus action if you want to use them.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Cool.
So it just increases my armor class.
Yeah. I'll put a little mark on you.
That means that our bless is gone.
Yeah.
Are they both concentration?
Yeah.
You want to reconsider? It's a friendly game. You can think about it.
Yeah, I'll hold off on that then. I don't think I need the 2 armor class more than that. I forgot, in our home game here, we do 2 concentrations at a time.
Oh, gotcha.
So I kind of spaced on the fact that it's not that way.
Yeah, no problem. All right, cool. Any movement or anything you want to do? You feel like you're in a good spot?
No, it looks good. I'm roughly within 5 feet of most everybody, right? So that'll work. Except for Aberix.
All right, so that brings us to a 13, which is the center guy gets to move. So let me bring his character sheet up. Good old Beastman. Oh yeah, he can move.
Beastman, move.
So he can move 40. So let's do that. 25, 30, 35, 40 puts him there. Can't get to any of you. Make sure if he has any other abilities. No. Nope. And no. He is going to, as his action, take the dodge action. Because he's trying to line up. So you start to see him kind of slow up, and he's kind of shifting side to side because already one javelin is thrown out, arrows have thrown out, and it looks like he's kind of getting to a spot where he can really do like a full charge. So like this run up to here was like a trot, maybe like a half speed, and then he's getting closer, kind of trying to dodge anything that's coming his way, and you can tell he's building up for a full-on I'm going to hit you as hard as I can charge. Which we are all super familiar with in the field of battle. All right, so that is his turn. Movement dodge, he doesn't have a bonus. That brings us to our Dwarven Ranger, Eingar. What would you like to do?
Eingar is going to point a finger at the one that just charged and use his bonus action to say, I mark you, and cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Cool. Let's put a cool Hunter's Mark. How about that one?
And then he's going to shoot his crossbow at him.
All right. So he is dodging. You can tell he's trying to dodge his way there. So you will have disadvantage on the shot.
Oops, sorry, first one.
Yep, no problem. So you rolled a 4 plus the 1 plus 2 plus 1 is only an 8. So again, knocks one away as a crossbow bolt kind of like lands here in the dirt as you fire an arrow at him. Do you get to fire more than one at this point yet or not? Or no, probably around 5th level I think you can, right?
Next level I do.
Next level, yeah. Okay. So you fire the crossbow, you've cast your spell, which I assume was bonus action, and any movement.
No, I'm staying right here.
Staying right here. Okay. So he's hanging tight. That brings us to number 10. This is on the outside right. So he also can move 40, which would also put him there. I think this one's more aggressive. So this one's going to use a dash action. He will not be able to attack on his turn, but he's going to get up right next to Alberix, and he's raising his great axe, hoping to get a nice big hit on him next turn. 10. This is this guy in the center. Like his buddy, he's going to try to do a dodge action as he tries to set up for some type of charge and tackle kind of maneuver. So he uses his movement. He's going to dodge on his action, and that is his turn. Brings us to Rock. You are up. Oh,
all right.
And mute.
Seeing that guy has charged ahead, I'm going to move through Alberix and do a... Well, sorry. First off, I'm going to...
First off, you're going to do what?
Rage. And then I'm going to move to that point and attack recklessly on the guy who just...
All right, yeah. So you get advantage on your attack for attacking reckless. Swing away. And remember, you also have your bless. So anything that helps you with, try to remember that because I will forget. Yeah, 17, 18, 19, 20. Easy hit. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, so what do we got going on there? Ooh, rolled a...
Holy crap!
Hate is the macro might not have worked correctly.
Did you use your Great Weapon Mastery to do the additional 10 points of damage?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what that is. You're right. I just
Goodness
relabeled it.
sake.
I relabeled it as hate.
All right, so
24.
yeah, so you get a +5 because you're strength, right?
Right.
Just to figure it out. Okay, so you actually rolled the 7 + 5, so 12. The pole arm mastery gives you a 1d10. Then is that what it normally gives you?
It's actually flat 10.
Oh, it just gives you 10 points of damage.
Yep.
Gotcha. So we'll just talk through it, and then you get 2 because you're raging. That goes up as you level. Cool. So 22, 23, 24. Nice. That is serious hurt on him. All right. Anything else for our barbarian?
No. I'll stay.
Oh, and are you staying as a badger at the moment, Albrix?
Am I up?
No, I was thinking about changing your icon. I guess I could have done that. If you
No. As soon as my next turn is, I'm going to use my bonus action to turn
Oh, okay.
back
Okay.
into.
I'll just leave it then. I won't get a new icon. Okay. So that leaves us the last Beastman. 5, 10, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then is going to try to swing around, maybe going for our archer in the back. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So he uses a dash action and just kind of makes a circle around the totem heading towards the back side of the party area. Albrix's turn is up. What would you like to do?
All right. Bonus action. The giant badger, who's a bit startled by all the violence next to him, starts to shift and change and crack, and the fur starts to fall out in tufts, and from all of that, the thin Githzerai emerges from it, and he is going to cast as nearly as soon as he emerges from this animal skin, he casts his fingers are knotted out, and he breathes forth the last incantation of spike growth.
Cool. So you get a 20-foot circle. See if they give us.
I get a 40-foot circle centered.
I don't remember if that's quite right. What size is it? So you said it was 20 foot radius, 5, 10. That's probably a 10-foot radius. So it's probably bigger than that.
It's a sweet looking thing, though.
5, 10, 15, 20? 20-foot radius? Or at least
So
to the
it'll be-
squares.
It'll be 40 foot across because radius is half.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Right. That's probably still a little too small.
Probably that one.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it goes a little bit past the actual picture of it on the squares, but we'll know which ones it is. So let me give you control, and you can place it where you want.
You gotta go out like 10 more feet to make it 40.
It's not the picture; it's the square. So click on it because you can move it now. You can see where the square is. The picture itself is a little bit smaller.
It should
15,
be
20,
like
25, 30,
out to.
35,
Can you see where my
40.
marker is?
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's weird. When I counted, it's right.
If you just include every square it actually touches, I think that's pretty close, right? Oh, it's off by 5.
Yeah. No, just count it. 5, 10, 15,
it's
20,
still off by
25,
5.
30, 35, 40. Don't use the measuring to count.
Yep. Yeah, it's close enough. It's not like they're getting it away. If you put it so the edge of it goes on the berm you created, then that covers them. Plus, it pretty much eliminates their charge since it halves their movement, right?
Yeah, it's going to catch those 3. Or your party. There you go. You'd be catching the 3 of them there. Good.
Right there.
Okay. Yep. So all those are, we'll just say,
All right.
that.
So as he says the final word, he jams his fingers into the ground and grinds up the earth, and hundreds of black and green thorny barbs raise up out of the ground that seem to hide amongst the shrubs and the underbrush. And then I am going to move.
Cool. You gonna let him take a reaction on you, or?
He dashed.
Yeah. You still get attacks of opportunity.
Oh, if he dashed, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
saw
will.
his reaction. He just didn't have an action.
Well, that's a stinker. Yep, I will do that.
All right. And I assume you went around your own spiked growth, correct?
I did. I didn't
Makes
actually.
sense.
I don't know how to make the little things that show where I go.
I think it's like holding. You click your token, then you hold spacebar, and then you move it, or something like that. I'll have to look it up at some point. There's a way to
Yeah,
do it.
I'll have to get a little better at it.
All right, so he's going to take a swing. It's just a regular swing with no other things to it. So it's a 25 hit.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, you rolled a 19 plus 6. So his great axe reaches out and slashes you for 19.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, he
it
rolled
about,
really good.
like, kills him, yeah. And then I completely botch my shit. So the spike growth is down.
Oh, it withers down. You're losing concentration. Oh, wait, you get a...
Doesn't have enough.
Do you get a +4 for bless? Or what do you get for your bless?
Yeah, that won't make it.
Be an 8. Anything else for that? What else can you do? There's no... Okay. That is a bummer. Ooh, these guys are tough. All right. Anything else, Alberix?
No.
Okay. That brings us to, that was the bottom of the round, so it brings us back to the top of the round. For those of you that didn't watch last week, we did 2 rounds before we got to this spot. So that was round 3. This will be round number 4. Top of the round, Tristan, you were up. You kind of notice what's going on, and you notice the Gith take a huge hit as he maneuvers. But what would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to go over and try to finish off the damaged one.
Okay.
And then, let's see. How to use smites in this system. I'm just going to try to hit him with my sword, but I'm going to use a divine smite on it.
Yeah, you can first try to hit, see what happens, and then decide, and then declare your smites if you needed to. So a 17 is a strike. These guys are pretty easy to hit. So your longsword hits.
Okay, and then let's see, divine smite. I don't apparently have that put in here properly.
Oh, let me look on there. Yeah, I'll look. Let's see. Sometimes it adds it to the attack area. If it doesn't, so you get an extra 1d. Let's see. So you can use a spell slot to do 2d8 for first level, and 1d8 for each level higher.
Yep. So it's just a 2d8 additional.
Yeah. So you can use one of your slots. So then.
Yep.
Okay. The other thing you can do too is over on the left hand side. There's a dice on the little menu on the left. You always can open that up, and you can roll dice from that too. And then we can get your character sheet set up. I forgot to do that this week.
Okay, 1 second.
While you're doing the roll, I'll see if I can figure out.
So it'd be another 8, so 14 total.
Yeah, nice. All right, so another big hit from the sword, and then go ahead and describe what your smite looks like. What's this magical energy? How does this manifest?
Good question. I would imagine it would look like a powerful bright light, since the one of his main things for doing the imbuing the weapon deal from his paladin class is a bright light. So
Cool.
there'd be a bright searing light cutting into the Beastman.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see like some of the fur burns off, and it's like this just a radiant white light coming from the. Does it come from the sword, or does it come from the sky and hit him?
The sword.
Comes from the sword. So cool. The sword brightens up with radiant godlike power. So very cool. All right, so that you swing, you hit, you moved. Bonus action or not yet? Not now.
Nah, not at the moment. I don't want to screw up anyone's bless.
Okay. Brings us to number 13. He's the one who wants to. Now he's marked, and he's going to try to get to our paladin. He watched the paladin moved over, heavily armored guy. That was his target this whole time. So he's going to go 5, 10. Now this is difficult terrain. So he has to use at least, let's do this, to the front. He kind of gets in this ditch area, which is like a 5 foot. This is the part that's mounded up, Alberix, or is this the part that's dug out?
So it was dug out in front of it, and then it was mounded up.
So
the area in front of it was dug out, and then it was mounded.
Okay. So he's going to use 5. He's going to use, let's go right back. So 5, 10, 15. He's down in the gully. He's going to use the rest of his movement to climb up on top of this berm. So it's mounded up about 5 feet. So he's kind of at the 5 foot mark next to our paladin. Our paladin is 6 foot something.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're looking like right at his hooves and his shins as he scrabbles his way up on top of this thing using his full movement. I'm going to give him a roll, athletics roll. Does he have athletics? Nope. So I'm just going to give him a generic dexterity roll here. And I'm just going to do something simple, something like a DC 12. Okay, so he doesn't get any negatives. He's going to take one swing at the paladin. 21.
Yep.
All right, so 25 points of slashing damage comes crashing down. They are using these big, ugly axes, big double axes. All right, and that is his turn. Pelennor, Eingar, our dwarven ranger. You see this beastman down coming around the side of the the totem. He's lining up on you, and the horns are like pushed down, and he's like in that charging motion. But it's your turn first.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is toss my crossbow off to the side over here so that I can pull my axe and hammer.
Okay.
Is that going to take my turn to pull those?
No, if you just drop something, I let people just drop something on the ground, and then you can pull your weapon as a normal, regular action.
And then seeing that this guy is injured, I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, move up to him and swing on him.
All right.
And I will use the hammer first. 19.
Got him.
For 8 points. And he is injured, so I can use Colossus Slayer.
Definitely.
Ah,
I'll get a bad roll, though.
Nice roll.
And, yeah. And then I will use my bonus action to swing with the battle axe.
And hit. Oof.
For another 7.
He is clearly down and what we would consider bloodied and staggering from all of the damage it's taken. It's like trying to shake it off. Blood is streaming down from all the wounds he's taken, but he is still going thus far. But it's clear that he's close to death.
I believe that's it for me.
All right. So creature here. Okay, so he gets to try to attack our barbarian. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Does a 16 hit barbarian?
It does.
Ooh, okay. 17 slashing, but that's cut
There
in
is
half.
One thing on that.
Oh, there might be a defensive paladin standing next to me.
Yeah.
So I can use my reaction to do the defensive protection thing with the shield. So I can impose disadvantage on the enemy attack roll.
Perfect. Let me roll again and see if he gets a lower roll. Ooh, no. But the good thing is he didn't get the crit. So his low roll is a 16 instead of a 26. So we see the shield kind of reach out, and it's like Rock is looking at the guy who's standing on the berm. And as his head's turned, we see that Tristan recognizes this big axe is coming basically for the forehead of the half-orc that stands next to him fighting, and realizes that he doesn't see it coming, and he puts his shield in the way, and it crashes off the shield and then hits our orc in the shoulder instead of like just splitting him right down his head. So 17 cut in half. Always round down for damage. And that's his turn. But that's a cool ability. All right. His buddy, he's also going to... He's going to try to work his way around... 5, 10, 15 keeps him out of the way. And he's going to swing at the barbarian. Regular shot here. 24 to hit, but 11 slashing, cut in half for damage. As another great axe comes in, and they're just centering on this big beefy orc who's the biggest of the party, and it's almost like a pride thing you're seeing with these creatures as they jostle each other to go after what they think is the biggest, strongest threat. And that is his turn, but Rock, you are up.
All right, gonna recklessly attack the one straight in front.
Okay. So you get advantage on the attack.
Back ones. It's 1d8 for bless.
It's
D4.
already on there.
D4.
Yeah, 10 plus 1 would be an 11 or a 6 plus 1.
Nope. No.
Not enough to strike our gentleman here. Anything else? Bonus action movement.
Nope.
All right, number 3. Okay, so he's going to charge in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, wait a minute. Let me go back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So right there. He needs 10 feet. He's going to try to charge Eingar, who kind of ran and repositioned. But he's got like red in his eyes, bloodlust. He's focused on the dwarf. He's not letting the dwarf get away. So he needs at least 10 straight feet to get to him. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So there he's ran 10 feet straight. So he's going to try this charge attack. So if he moves at least 10 feet in a straight line, he's going to hit with a gore attack on the same time. Then you're going to take some extra damage. So let's see if we can get a gore attack.
Wouldn't we get opportunity attacks since he's coming into our range?
Only if they leave your range, not when they come into it.
Okay.
All right, so he rolls a 16. Does a 16 hit our dwarf? Oh, you're muted.
That's exactly what he needed.
Oh.
I have a 15. I have a 15, but when I have 2 weapons, I get +1.
+1, 16. So 11 piercing damage, but here comes the bad part. 2d8 for his horns that try to dig into you as this happens. And he's going to try to push you up to 10 feet. So go ahead and make also a strength saving throw for me while I roll 2 more dice. Oh, I didn't roll very well. There we go.
He got tossed.
All right, so an 8. All right, so you missed the DC on that. So you go 5, 10 feet away as you get hammered.
Do I get a die 4 on that?
You do. I believe you do. 8, 9, 10, 11. Still not enough. You need a little bit more than that. So you're kind of knocked and bowled off your feet. You took an additional 5 points. So the total amount of damage you took for that was 16 piercing damage. He takes your spot as he's pushed you 10 feet away. Or actually, yeah, so this would be 10 feet away, so he'd still be in this spot. Okay, that is his turn. Albrix, you see a lot of stuff going on here. What are you going to do?
Alberix is a little worried that this is really happening right now, and he is going to summon the spirit of the unicorn totem. I'm sure you're not surprised a bit.
It does sound like a common tactic.
That's the only one right now.
Oh, shit.
So that'll give me a 30-foot radius on the point, and I'm going to pretty.
Here, let me give you the spirit. And remind me how big the aura is for it? Or is this one just the 5 foot?
It's 30 foot.
This one's the 30 foot. Okay.
All right. So as he's over there and he's holding his side, which is just leaking all kinds of stuff. He clenches his fist and casts the words for the unicorn totem and beseeches the spirits of the woods to heal. And then I am going to go over here. Actually, I'm going to heal myself with a Cure Light Wounds. And that will heal everybody 4 points. Actually, yeah.
All right. So everybody in the radius gets 4 points.
Yeah, all the good guys, not the bad guys.
Right. Oh, and all your allies gain advantage on ability checks. Everybody remember that.
You know what? I don't have Cure Light Wounds. I'm going to cast Healing. Okay, let me take that back. I'm casting Healing Spirit. What am I?
All right. So
Took
you're
me a
doing
minute.
Spirit Totem and Healing Spirit?
Yes.
Gotcha. Who you casting Healing Spirit on?
I am going to put that squarely on the.
Oh, I see. One's the
Paladin
totem. I did it wrong then. So this should be the totem. Let me grab you a totem. I was thinking Healing Spirit when I grabbed that.
Yeah, I'm going to do them both because we're in a bad way.
So let me just move some stuff around. To the back. All right, you should be able to put your spirit where you want. The totem's in the right spot now. Oh, and let me turn the aura off. Because that's just 5 foot, right?
Those are perfect. Yep.
Cool. All right, I think we got it. All right, so on the start of our paladin's turn, remind him that he gets some hit points back.
Actually, I'm going to put it on Rock, and he gets 1 until the spell ends. You or creature. So no, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it on Tristan. So Tristan's going to get 1d6, and then that. So here's what I want to know. I cast a healing spell inside of the Unicorn Spirit. When I cast a healing spell inside of that Unicorn Spirit, we get, for my level, in hit points back. So does that trigger the one time, or does it trigger every time? And I'm not trying to be cheesy here. I just want to know.
No, you would get it the one time, right? Because you cast the spell.
Okay.
Right? You wouldn't get, because the totem wouldn't trigger. The totem has to go out before it can trigger.
So I put the Unicorn Spirit out, and then I cast the Healing Spirit, and it says you and your allies gain. If you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to any creature inside or outside the aura, each creature of your choice in the aura also gains hit points equal to your druid level.
Yeah.
That looks like it would work as long as the spirit totem's up. The way it writes, anyway, or it's written.
Yeah. Yeah, so everybody would get the how many points is it? 4?
Right.
And then the person that just got healed would also get the 4.
Okay. So the person that gets healed gets 1d6 plus 4. Everybody else gets 4. And then the next round, when it heals again, does it trigger the unicorn?
No, because you have to use spell slots to trigger it.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So, okay. So right now, did Tristan get all those points on his character sheet? You got that good?
I got the 4 for the unicorn spirit. I didn't see what the D6 was, though. Apparently
It's
3.
a 3. Unless you want to roll it yourself.
No, that's fine.
there we go. All right, I put a little aura underneath it, so even if you have it underneath one of somebody's token, you'll still see where it's at. Okay. Anything else for Alberic? So a bunch of healing magic. Now, what's all this look like then? Give us a description of what this magic looks like.
So yeah, the healing, the unicorn spirit looks like the shimmering outline, vaguely like a horse that like after like a firework hits the sky, those little pieces that fall away, that's what's left, and it's just that shimmery outline that's there. There's nothing else visible, but with the healing spirit looks like a bunch of fireflies, like a swarm of fireflies that seem to just kind of buzz around the area and stuff. And that glow just seems to warm and help.
All right, cool. That brings us to, that was the bottom of our fourth round.
And I'd like to move if I could.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead and continue.
Okay.
Cool. So that brings us to the top of the fifth round. What we're going to do is we're at our mark here where we'll take our first 10-minute break. So at exactly 9:30, we will come back and we will continue. Tristan will have plenty of time to decide what he would like to do. And everybody can go get their drinks and get ready. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Nice, big, tough battle for our players to come back to. And we'll see if they make it out. So far, it's leaning one way or the other. We don't know yet, so it's good and tense. So don't go anywhere yet. I'm going to go ahead and move us over to the break, and we will be back in 10 minutes. All right, we're back just a few minutes early, but that's because everybody is back and ready to play. They're excited. They're loving this battle so much. That's all they talked about on the break. So let's jump back in. We're at the top of round number 5. Tristan, our paladin, is up. What would you like to do?
Does he get a D6 of healing since he starts his turn?
Yes, he starts his turn inside the healing spirit, so he does get the healing.
So I got it last round and this round?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, if you start your turn in it, I believe that's how it reads.
Okay, so here's a question for you. If I was to do a shove, that counts as an attack, or is that something else?
It is an attack to try to shove. It's going to try to oppose you because it's going to try. It's basically like another person sees you try to push them and they're like, I don't want you to push me. So it would be an opposing roll. So you would get to use your strength athletics to try to push, and it would try to oppose you using its strength. And whoever wins, if you win, you would get the push. If it wins, it would not be pushed. But that would be your action, so you wouldn't then get to attack also.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Haven't ever used that before. And the one that's heavily wounded looks like he's on death's door.
Yes, definitely. Like the other ones don't look like they have any wounds hardly on them at all. And this one just has big rents in him. Like he's probably going to bleed to death even if he makes it out of this battle, which he probably won't. But even if he did, the wounds are serious enough that he probably dies. But he's still trying to fight.
I'm a... I can't decide if killing him or trying to kill him is a better call than just getting my 15 missing hit points back. So
yeah, tough call. What would Tristan do?
Well, probably kill it. So I'll try to kill it.
26 hammers it.
Cool.
Any smites, or are you going to hold on?
Nope. I'm keeping my last spell slot.
Oh, it was so close. One more hit for sure drops this guy. But he's on death's door.
Get out of town!
He's on death's door.
What are they, 80-something hit points apiece?
Yeah, no shit.
These are tough.
Apparently. When you said he was kind of on death's door, I was interpreting it to be like a few hit points, not like 30.
But now you know.
Yeah, don't expect anything from him. He wants to see you die.
Fair enough.
I've only killed one whole character in this whole campaign.
Well, today could be your lucky day.
Maybe 2. Timor and, well, I guess maybe I killed Danimal almost.
You kind of killed all the other characters, too, by burning them to...
Well, yeah. The dragon. It wasn't me, this dragon. You can't lay that on me. Come on.
You said it wasn't me.
All right. You still have bonus action or movement if you have anything you want to do, Tristan, or moving on?
I'm just going to hold off and keep my reaction so I can help block, hopefully.
All right. So, number 13. Yeah. He is going to swing his axe again. They seem to be teaming up on this big giant orc because he's like the size of them, and they're just they have this code of just bigger is better, and whoever's the biggest should lead, and whoever's the biggest and the strongest is the best. And so they're going to try to cut down, because whoever can kill this orc is going to be able to brag about it to their herd, which is going to be so good. So he's going to take a swing at our orc barbarian who's raging.
I'm so glad I'm wearing slimming chainmail like Spanx.
So he rolls a 17 to strike at our... Okay.
Yeah, I was also going to do the block on that one.
Yeah.
Because I don't get to choose when I do that, right? It has to be before your roll? Or...
Like I only how does it read? Yeah, how does it read on it? Let's figure that one out so we know for sure.
Okay. Yep, because I don't want to screw you out of some, but
No, it's a
It says
feat,
that when a
right?
creature you can see attacks a target other than you that's within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. And I
Okay.
have to be using a shield, which I am.
Yeah. So I think when you see me attacking, you can just say I'm using my shield, and then I'll just roll again.
Okay. Well, I, I was going to try to use it on this one. So if you want to use it on this one, you can. If you think it was too late, then I can use it on the next attack. Whatever works.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's okay.
Okay.
And then he rolls a 12. Does a 12 hit the barbarian?
Does not.
The barbarian parries the shot with his weapon and just knocks the great axe aside. And we see the shield that has kind of pushed the arms of the Minotaur, or the Beastman that's up on top of the berm. And he's not got a good shot because he's like 5 feet above everybody else on top of this mound of dirt that's been placed there. So he doesn't get a good hit and misses the orc. So, all right, so you've used your reaction. Remember, you get one of those. So you
Right.
don't have one till next time you come around, but good job. That brings us to Eingar. You were up.
All right, I am gonna move around here so that I can end up here, in between Albirix and the one that I marked. That should be like 25 or right at 30.
By going around, so they don't get the opportunity, right? You're going,
Right.
Yeah, that looks right.
And I am going to attack the one that I have Hunter's Mark on.
All right, let's do that.
Do the hammer first.
Get a D4 to that as well.
Yeah. So a 12 is not enough.
All right.
So what you do is you see that you hit him, but you're not able to damage the really tough hide of that creature.
I'll use my bonus action to swing the battle axe.
Okay. Oh, Eingar, the rolls are not with you tonight. You get a D4 with that also, but a 1 is a miss. And you get the -1 to your weapon till you get it repaired, unless that's a magic item.
It is not a magic item.
That is a shame because we really need you to do some damage there. So no, you are, and this one just hits the berm that he's standing on. You don't even hit the creature this time as it moves and it jostles around and it kind of does like a mooing sound at you, a braying sound at your pesky weapons. Anything else? So that was movement, action, bonus action. I don't think you have anything else.
That's it.
All right, so this one. Oh, okay. So he wants the honor of killing the orc. So he swings at the orc. Does a 9 hit the orc?
Actually, it does not. But I'm gonna tell you that I'm actually attacking recklessly, so you get another roll.
Oh, I get another roll. Does a 24 hit?
Sure does.
All right, so 12 slashing damage, cut in half due to your rage.
That was
That's
like
his
minimum
turn.
damage.
And then the other guy jostles his buddy and wants to take the orc down. He wants to be the one that kills the orc. So he also... Why did I close that? That was dumb. There we go. So let me do advantage then. Actually, he's going to go reckless also. He wants to hit you. So a 19 to hit. 23 slashing damage, cut in half. Rounded down.
Holy crap.
So that should be at least, what's that, 11 points?
Yep.
All right, he is done. And that brings us to Rock. You were up.
All right, I'm gonna recklessly attack the weak one. The one
Gotcha.
that's gonna-
Yeah, and you missed last turn. Let's see them big hits this turn. Let's see a crit. Okay.
Get
Now,
the fuck out.
you guys can't blame me if this is how you're going to roll. You can't blame me for this party wipe here. Those are misses, sir. Is it rolling right? Are we sure everything's good there? There's no craziness?
Is this thing broken?
Because you rolled yeah, something's not right. You rolled a 7. You get a plus
he's
5.
he's rolling the reckless. He's rolling a great weapon mastery, so there's a -5 to it.
Oh, is that what you're doing? You're not doing barbarian reckless.
But there still should be a +2 to hit to that, shouldn't there?
Yeah, because the plus 5 from his strength is offset by the -5 from the polearm mastery. So
Right.
he only gets the +2 for proficiency. And he rolled a 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so you only rolled the 9. It is doing it right. Oh my lord. That is a shame because you really need to hit. 12 is not enough to break through its hide. Anything else for Rock?
Nope.
All right, Mr. Creature. Okay, so this one had ran after. He's going to keep running after. He is set on this dwarf, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15,
As soon
20.
as he moves away from me, do I get a shot at him?
Yep. I'm going to give me just a second. 20, 25. So he's running after the dwarf. Both Tristan and Rock can use you would use your reaction normally to get an opportunity attack, but you used it on the defense. Rock does get an attack, though, of opportunity.
Now, is that going to be...
I believe it's reckless, too.
Reckless as well?
Yeah, because you declare that, I believe.
Who's a reckless orc?
16 is enough. So you can roll damage.
Those frickin' rolls for me. That's like 5 horrible rolls in a row. Attack rolls. 25.
Whew. All right, that puts a big old bleeding wound on the back of him as he runs by. All right. So he makes it over to Eingar. He's going to try to hit Eingar. I keep closing the character sheet.
How bad did that hit seem to affect him?
In terms where we're not talking about just raw hit points, I would say... I mean, 3 or 4 more hits just like that puts him down.
Gonna buy you a thesaurus for your birthday.
Cool. Why a thesaurus?
I just need a different word for 75% dead.
Yeah, we do. Well, right.
Because I could have sworn that one right in front of me was hanging by a thread. Then he took a 25-point shot.
He is hanging by a thread. All right, so he... Did we roll the attack yet? You guys got me all... Okay, there we go. No, our dwarf needs to get attacked here. So he's going to...
say needs.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. So he rolled recklessly. He only got an 11, which is terrible.
That'll miss.
And misses. So whoever hits that guy will have advantage when they hit him. Let me put that on him just so we remember for one turn. Put a little tab on him. Oh, no.
Yeah, throw it up on me too.
We'll say... What would
Maybe
be
I
a
could
good
actually
one?
hit him then.
I'll just put a little boot on him so everybody has advantage to attack him. Yeah, I'll remember that to attack you guys. All right, so that's his turn. Misses, swings, hits the dirt, sprays dirt up all around, and he's just huffing and puffing. The eyes are like just bloodshot red, and he's just focused on this dwarf. He's not letting this dwarf get away from him. He must have had some bad experience in the past that he's ignored everybody else and only gone after the ranger. But it is Alberic's turn.
All right, Albirix, now that Eingar has put himself between him and this Beastman, is going to move over. And I'm here. And then once he gets there, he is, with a thought, the fireflies meander from the paladin over to the hulking form of rock. So he can get that D6 healing. And as those fireflies move, the beastmen kind of look for a second, and Albirix slams his fist into the ground and then pulls up the earth, and a thunder wave comes from beneath his talon finger.
Cool.
And I rolled the shittiest damage.
All right. So that gets all of them, though, right? 15-foot cube.
It does.
Yeah,
right.
it should. All right, cool. So DC 15 con saves. All right. So the one next to Eingar first rolls a 17. Is it a half damage if they make it?
Yeah, half damage, and if they fail to get moved.
So, okay. There we go. He's able to... He couldn't really go anywhere anyways. You see him kind of put his hand on the berm of dirt next to him. As he holds his ground, he takes some damage from the debris that hits him. The next one, straight south of him, rolls his. He rolls a 6, so he misses. He takes the full impact. And he can't be pushed past Tristan. Because he needs to go how many feet? 10?
Yeah, 10.
I guess he could go over Tristan?
He is above me. He's on the berm.
Yeah, maybe he gets blown to here. I'll let that happen. Because he rolled super crappy. Person straight above, Beastman straight above Rock rolls his con. Rolls a, I should just be rolling normal. He rolls a 10, not enough, so he takes, aha.
Killed him.
Go ahead and describe what happens with your thunder wave as his body's blown into rock and dies from impacting rock.
So the thunder wave roils underneath the ground, and the dirt and dust flips up into the air, and when it hits him, his fur starts to ripple, and then the flesh just starts to push off of him, and he actually ends up over on the other side of rock in a crumpled heap of tattered bone and fur. A misshapen bag of gobbets of gore.
I'm sure you don't want to douse me in blood. You did that with my other two characters.
I would never do that to you.
Okay.
The other one doesn't make it. He also gets moved 10 feet. All right. Anything else from Alberix? As a thunder wave crackles out through and you can hear it reverberate off of the forest to the north and over the plains here as the sound of thunder and lightning accompanies the spell.
Logan, is your did you get your healing from him already?
I did.
So you're at 33?
Yes.
All right. Alberix is moving.
That is my turn.
All right. Top of the round, 6th round. Round number 6. Paladin, Tristan, you are up. You've seen a Beastman get flung over the top of you. I'm going to say they get pushed, but they don't. Does it say anything about going prone in the spell? I don't think it does.
I don't think so.
I'm going to give him a chance because he was 5. Like, this guy just gets pushed, the guy on the right. But this guy had to fall off a berm. I'm going to see. So he's got to make an athletics check. It's only going to be a dexterity. I'm going to give it the same DC 15. He misses it. So he's prone on the ground. He is flown over you and then fallen on his back as you watch him kind of ripple over you. And your ears are ringing inside your helm from the noise of the thunder wave and the rocks and the dust that blast up towards you, and you kind of coughing out some of the dirt. What kind of helm do you got? What's your helm look like, Tristan?
I was kind of going with it's a great helm.
All right, so yeah. So your great helm's ringing, but you see this creature now on its back. What would you like to do?
Well, it looks like here I get an advantage if I attack him.
That's right. Yep, the guy to the south is advantage if you attack.
But the barbarian kind of needs some healing. How long is the guy? He's down until his turn, right?
Correct. Yep, he'll stand up on his turn.
And he goes on 13, but he's not particularly damaged, as I recall, right?
He, as you are looking at him, has barely taken any damage at all. You don't even see any real wounds, just maybe a bruise or two, but no bloody gashes.
Grapple him. Keep him down.
Hit him. You know you want to hit him. Hit him.
I do, but I really want to get you back up to full hit points.
We'll get there.
Yeah, so if I do a grappled, let me just double. I haven't done that in such a long time. Let's see. I know that's a competed thing, but
yeah. So again, it's one of those things where you're using your strength to try to hold him down. He's going to try to use his strength to oppose you because he doesn't want you to hold him down. And then whoever wins, we kind of decide what happens then.
Sure. So would I get like an advantage on that since he's prone?
You get it because of the totem. You don't get it because he's prone. But what you do remember here's the other thing about grapple. Grapple doesn't make it so he can't attack. Grapple makes it so he can't move.
That means he can't stand up.
Right.
Sure, that's true, but he still will be able to swing his axe or try to hit you. But just keep that in mind.
But he'll be at disadvantage laying down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Keep it in mind.
That's a tough one. So he would not get opportunity attacks, I assume, if I move away since he's prone?
If he tries to attack anybody right now, he gets a disadvantage swing. So he tries to swing at your legs, but he gets disadvantage when he tries it. Yeah, we're going through all the rules.
I'm just going to heal Logan.
Good.
So, Logan, I'm just dropping 20 points on you from a lay on hands. And
Is that all of your lay on hands?
Yep.
All right, it's 20 points of divine healing to the orc. All right, so that would be is healing, I think, is bonus action. So I think you get...
I think that says it counts as an action, but it didn't say...
Oh, okay, maybe it is an action. I thought it was a bonus action, but maybe not. You're probably right.
Yeah, it says as an action.
Okay, so you would have bonus action or movement if you wish.
Nope. I'm gonna wait here and do the. Well, actually, as long as they don't leave range, they don't get an opportunity, right?
Correct. If you stay within 5, you can maneuver around that guy. As long as you stay within 5 of him, he can't swing at you as a reaction.
All right, that should do.
Okay. So the guy on the ground, it's his turn next. So he's going to use half his movement to stand up. Let's take the token off him. There we go. So he only would have, he's got, he shakes it off and he looks around. And still swings at the orc. Because at this point, the paladin still didn't even hit him.
Yep. So I'm going to attempt to intercede on that shot.
Okay. So we'll give him disadvantage on this action.
It evens out then. So he's negating my disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So it's a 10. So it's the first roll. So a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
So he misses.
Thank you, Paladin.
Eingar, you are up.
All right. The guy that Eingar, or the Beastman that Eingar was wanting to hit, apparently disappeared in an eruption of dirt.
And you probably don't see him at the moment. Yeah, there's like a 5-foot mound.
In the ditch.
Yeah.
But there's this other Beastman running at me, wildly swinging.
Yeah,
So
just recklessly, like so much that he's not even defending himself. It's like, you're like, this should be easy. He's not even trying to defend himself.
So I'm going to swing at him.
All right. So 14 is a hit. Good thing you have advantage.
Yeah.
All right,
Or
9. Yeah.
And I get Colossus Slayer. Because
Yep,
he's
he
injured.
was injured. Yep. So another 3.
And I will use my bonus action to swing with the battle axe.
Why do I feel like Lucian's rooting for us at this point? Don't forget you have bless.
Thank you. 14 hits, though, right?
Yep, 14 hits. 14 is what you guys actually need. You've fought these things enough now. 14 is their AC. 4 slashing. Okay.
Yeah.
He is clearly quite wounded. Bloodied is the term we always use when they're definitely under half. So he's definitely got quite a few wounds from what you just did to him as your axe and warhammer smash into this thing. All right. Anything else from Eingar?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So I'm gonna take. Nope. I'm gonna leave that there. That guy is dead, so we can take him out of the turn order. This guy. Okay, so he got moved. He is going to charge Alberix. 5. He begins to charge away. Rock and Tristan. Oh, Tristan used his reaction. Rock, you would have a reaction attack if you wish to use it. Unless you used your reaction before.
I do, but it doesn't matter.
You rolled
Miss.
11. Yep, miss.
You get it by bless.
That's in there.
You need to stop using that -5. That's killing you, dude. That is a terrible. Okay. So this is a gore attack as he lowers his horns and goes straight after Alberix, who's hit him with a thunder wave. Recognizing you as the caster, you were problem number 1 for him. Here comes a gore attack. This is a normal, not disadvantage, but rolls an 8.
Thank you, Jesus.
Rolls an 8 because that would have been 16 plus another 2d8. So you're able to drive your... What weapon you got in hand right now?
Simply a shield, and then he's kind of loosely hanging onto his staff.
Yeah, so you crouch low with the shield, and the horns smash into the top rim of it. You'll probably need to like fix it or put a new rim back on the top end of it because it's smashed into the top of it. But your really low center of gravity allows you to hold strong and keeps those horns from digging into your flesh. He misses. Rock, it is your turn.
Rock gets a d6 of healing.
That is correct. Though he can only get 1 point.
All right, I'm attacking the one next to Tristan.
Okay. That is a hit. Nice.
Holy crap.
27, 29. Big grievous wound on this guy puts it in him. I mean, that takes him... That's like more... That's about half-ish already as it just hammers into this guy. Any more like that and he's going down for sure. Anything else for Rock?
No, at this point.
All right, so... Yeah, so this guy now doesn't have disadvantage. It's his turn now. And he's going to take a swing at our dwarf. Does a 14 hit?
That'll miss.
All right, the dice are coming back around for you guys. It's looking better. 14 misses as it digs more dirt out as you kind of dodge your way out of the way. Albrix, bottom of the round. This thing just smashed into your shield, breathing down your neck. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to take the disengage.
All right, so
Nice.
no attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm going to move over here. And then I am going to cast Healing Word on myself for a bonus action.
All right. So you use a spell slot for that. You get the bonus action. So then the people in the unicorn spirit, they get 4 points.
Everyone gets 4 points. I will get 13.
Cool. So the unicorn totem heals some of the party members. Anything else for Alberix?
His yellow eyes are narrowed over the top of his shield. He's got his fist up against the edge of it, ready for what comes next.
Top of round 7. So we have gone a total of 42 seconds of combat. Just craziness. Is the tide turning? Let's find out. Tristan, top of round 7, you're up.
All right. Then I will just straight up attack the guy that's next to me.
All right. 23 hits, 10 slashing damage. Cuts deep.
Yep, that's all I've got for this one. I'm going to keep my reaction.
Okay. So the one next to you still... Let's see, oh yeah, there was a devastating shot from Rock. So he's still going to try to take Rock out. He's going reckless.
So... I'm going to try to block him.
Oh, okay, so he'll go back down to normal. Does 22 hit Rock?
Does.
16 slashing damage, cut in half due to rage. Ooh, rage is so good. And remember, we're on round 7 rage. So it's a minute rage, right?
He's actually only down to... That's 4 rounds of rage for him. He didn't
Okay.
rage until they
But
were
you're
charging
tracking
the
it,
pit.
right?
I absolutely.
Awesome. Cool. All right, that is his turn. He is furious that it doesn't look like he's able to whittle this big orc down. Doubt starts to enter his eyes, but it is Eingar's turn. What would you like to do?
Eingar's gonna swing at the Beastman in front of him.
All right, so these are regular attacks, no advantage, no disadvantage. So regular attacks. 22 sinks in. Ooh, not as good a roll.
I still get the Colossus Slayer on him. And I'll swing the Warhammer at him also.
All right, couple more tiny cuts, paper cuts on him. Go ahead. 7 would miss.
Okay. That's it.
All right. Alberix. You see this thing start digging at the ground with its hoof. It's making its beeline. It lowers its head. It's going to try you again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As it tries to lower and do a gore attack. 16.
Did he run past me?
He did not. He's within 5 feet of you still.
As he lowers his horned head and his makes contact, Alberix is kind of light on his feet and catches it on his shield and then recoils back.
Cool. Is not able to get through the defense. That brings us to Rock.
I'm going to attack.
All right, lay it on him. That is a hit. Oh.
23.
Oh, so close. He is on death's door. He staggers from the hit. You can see one of his arms doesn't even seem to be working anymore, as you've just caved in like from shoulder down to elbow, as it's trying to, and it just staggers in a daze. Doesn't go down, but it definitely looks like he's about to fall over. Anything else from Rock?
He's going to stay and finish it.
All right. That brings us to the one trying to fight our dwarf. He's going to swing recklessly to try to get this dwarf. So we're going to go with advantage and swing his great axe. Here we go against the dwarf. 25. I
That'll do
assume
it.
that hits the AC, but it does 10 slashing damage. Terrible roll. He is now advantage when you hit attack. So let's put a little symbol. I think we're putting the boot. There we go. All right. That was his turn. Rounds are going quick. Bottom of this round, round 7 went by quick. But at the bottom, Alberix, your turn.
All right. So at this point, Alberix is going to move the spirit mentally to Tristan.
And that's a bonus action, correct?
That's a bonus action for 6 hit points healed.
All right. Tristan gets 6 points back.
And with that, oh, thank you very much. And then with his action, he is going to uncoil his talon fingers, and a brackish green vine shoots out, coiled in electric blue energy, as a psychic whip will try to strangulate this beastman right here. Is strangulate a good? Is that an actual word?
I think so, but remember there's like a big berm between you and that guy. I would think you would have trouble even seeing him.
I think you're 100% right. So his strangulator will go to the dude with advantage.
All right, so yeah, you get advantage on it.
Quick question. On his unicorn totem, when he casts that heal, would we all get the 4 points?
Only when he uses a spell slot to cast a heal. So the thing that he's moving doesn't use a spell slot, so it doesn't
that's
trigger.
Right. It's a running spell.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
doesn't trigger the totem. But good question. All right, yeah. So 25 hits, does a point of damage. And you got to try to pull it 10 feet closer. But I don't think you can really pull it through a player's square. Maybe I'll pull him to here-ish. That's about as far as he can go. I mean, there's too many bodies there for him to get through it. All right. Anything else for Alberix? Bottom of the 7th round.
I'd like for them to leave me alone.
Okay. Okay. You use your other action for that. Top of round number 8. Paladin is up.
All right. I will attack him again.
All right. Swing away. 20 hits. Oh. Tristan, explain how you kill this Beastman with your longsword.
Swooping in to take advantage of the already bloodied up by the barbarian guy, infused by the will of my god to kill him at the end and free the barbarian to go get other people. He drops him on the end of the sword.
Nice. Raging barbarian, paladin stole kill.
Yeah, you should totally take that out on that other Beastman.
So that's your action. You still have bonus action and movement, Tristan, the paladin.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
Can I move to there? Is that 1, 2, 3?
If you move around, 5,
works.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's 30 feet.
All right, cool. I'll go there.
All right. Brings us to the guy who died. Take him off the turn order. Eingar, you were up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move the hunter's mark from the guy that just died
Makes
to
sense.
the one to this one right here.
I was wondering if you were going to switch that around.
I believe I have to wait for the guy to die before I can move it,
Oh, I see.
if I read it correctly.
You're probably right. All right, cool. So he still has disadvantage because he attacked recklessly. Your hunter mark is on him. Ranger, what would you like to do?
I'm going to swing my warhammer right down on his head.
All right, let's do it. With advantage. 23 hits. Oh,
9 damage.
9, yes.
And the hunter's mark. And also the Colossus Slayer.
Dude, have you rolled more than a 1 on that?
He staggers.
Oh, man.
You see him limping. It looks like you probably crushed a knee. He's not going to be able to move quickly, but he's still standing, even though you've just put wound after wound into him.
That's it for me.
No bonus action. Oh, bonus action to move the mark. Gotcha.
Right.
All right. This guy gets to go next to. So now he's surrounded. He's got his buddy at his back. He's upset that his horns have not destroyed this Gith in front of him. So he swings his axe. We'll go reckless.
I'm going to try to do a reaction to block that.
All right. Yep. So we'll switch it back to a normal attack. Normal attack, great axe. Here we go against the druid. Rolls a 12. Smashes off the shield again. I mean, the shield is just taking a beating. But it's
look at the damage on that roll.
Good night, dude. I would have been done.
Yeah. But the shield saves you. And it happens because it looks like it has a ton of power, but the shield gets interposed from Tristan, slowing the blow down enough that when it impacts your shield, it doesn't hit it as hard. So the two shields take the power from it, and you're able to slough it off like the rhino you are. Moving to Rock, you're up. Everybody's gone. Rock, nobody's around you.
Rock does a quick 180 and charges back, and is going to hit that guy on the.
Yeah, so he's already has he's recklessly attacking.
You want to give me double secret advantage on this?
You don't get double secret advantage, but you could, by the rules, not use reckless so that if somebody tries to hit you, they don't get it. Oh my god.
14.
You need to die. You need a whole new character.
This is the shittiest rolls I've ever seen, dude.
All right, Rock is so excited. Rock is so angry. He keeps missing. Like he's doing the thing where he's smashing Loki back and forth from the thing. You know, he's just so mad. But he's not hurting that guy. So that is your turn. This guy turns around and tries to hit you recklessly back. Says, "I'll show you." Advantage.
Like,
21.
That's how dumb a Beastman is. He's like, I'll be reckless too.
Yeah. Hits you for 24 slashing, cut in half because you're raging. Alberix, round out round number 8 for us at the bottom of the round. What do you do?
Wow. Alberix is going to whisper a word of comfort to with healing word, so he will get 12 hit points back, and then everybody else
You
will
broke
get
up,
4
so
hit
who
points
gets
back.
8?
So Rock will get 8 plus 4, and
Alright.
then everybody else will get 4.
Yep.
And then with that, he will take the dodge action.
All right, cool.
Once his companions have, he sees that they've got the numbers on him, he just puts his shield up and keeps.
All right, round number 9. Almost a full 10-round fight at this point. Let's see if it goes. Tristan, you were up.
Sweet. I'll attack the Beastman that everybody else is attacking that appears to have advantage against him.
Yeah, this one looks like he's on his last leg, limping, barely able to raise his axe, still trying to fight, but is terribly wounded. This one looks untouched.
Okay. The wounded one, is it an advantage against him or no?
Yes, because he attacked recklessly. So you do get advantage. 14 is a hit, and that's enough. Paladin, your second kill of the night. Describe it.
So I guess I'll do the by the power of Torm, be dispatched foul beast.
Awesome. He goes down. So bonus action or movement if you have it or want to use them.
I'm going to hold my reaction to do the block.
Cool. Eingar, you were up. And muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to use my bonus action to move the Hunter's Mark to the last guy.
Got it.
And then swing away.
Let's see. Bless is still up. 13, though, is not enough. You need 14 to hit. So your weapon bounces off the tough hide of the Beastman.
Okay, that's it.
All right. This is... Oh, yeah, he's up. So...
When he goes to swing, no matter who he swings at, I'm going to try to block.
Yeah, he's going to swing at Alberix, who you can tell is in a very, very, very defensive manner, and you see the Beastman focus in on him. So you don't necessarily have to, I guess is where I'm going technically, because he gets disadvantage already.
Okay.
And you can't
then
have
I'll just
double.
hold off then.
Yeah. So disadvantage to strike at, but he's going to go reckless. So that makes it a normal shot, offsetting the disadvantage. 15, which I still don't think hits our druid.
No, the druid actually kind of sidesteps a little bit and then pushes his shield along there and just makes it back.
Yeah, so that brings us to Rock.
Rock jumps onto the body of that fallen Beastman and attacks.
All right. So even though you have uneasy footing trying to stand on the corpse of a dead Beastman, you are able to strike and hit him.
It just crushes the jelly when Rock jumps on it. 18.
All right. Nice bleeding wound. From you're using an axe, right? Great axe?
Great axe. Yep.
Yeah.
What is it with all these axe people?
That brings us to the last guy was dead. So Alberix, bottom of the round, number 9. You were up.
All right. With that, Alberix reaches in and pulls his staff and pushes it down on the ground. And when he does, a crackling peak energy shuffles up the length of it and creates a spearhead as he casts Shillelagh. And I am going to make an attack.
All right. So you get advantage. So 19 hits for 13 points of. That's what kind of damage?
Psychic.
All right, psychic damage. Anything else for Alberix?
No. So he jams it through the Beastman's shoulder and then puts his shield up with his spear over the top and kind of gets ready for what's.
All right, round number 10, top of the round. We're cruising through it now. Tristan's up.
Cool. Now, is there an advantage against this last guy or no?
Yep, yeah. Anybody that attacks him has advantage.
All right. I'll just do a normal attack.
All right. 25 would hit for 11.
Hey, Logan, just in case you're
Yep.
wondering, that's how you roll dice.
That's true.
I hit last time.
Anything else for Tristan? Anything else for Tristan?
No.
All right. Eingar, you're up.
All right, Eingar's gonna swing at this guy. He's standing in the ditch, so he's gonna swing at his knees and shins.
Mm-hmm.
Here he
His
goes.
Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
16 hits.
For 5, and Hunter's Mark, and Colossus, and his bonus action will be to swing with the Warhammer.
All right. Swing away. Yeah. 13 misses.
Plus a die 4.
Oh, yep. Plus die 4 for Bless. I think Bless should still be up. 14. Nope, 14 is enough. You need 14's the number you need.
All right.
So you do hit. 6 more.
6.
Oh, you almost got him. He is on his last leg. He has taken crushing blows to his legs. Nearly goes to his knees, but he's standing as his whole lower midsection is just bleeding from all kinds of wounds, but he doesn't go down yet. Anything else for Eingar?
Nope, that's it. Best rolling I've done so far.
His last chance. He's got to take somebody out.
I'll block whatever he attacks.
Yeah.
Unless he attacks me, I guess.
Actually, he's gonna try to take this paladin out. Your shield keeps flying in and messing with him, and he's tried to kill this shield holding Gith and the barbarian and all kinds of craziness. He's going reckless one more time, and he's gonna try to take the paladin out in armor. He's just gonna swing his great axe as hard as he can. 23.
That'll definitely hit.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
20 slashing damage is his last effort to try to kill somebody. Staggers the paladin, but the paladin holds true. Bringing us to Rock's turn. You have advantage on the attack.
Rock is going to put the guy down.
Unless you miss. 17 is a hit. Describe it in all of its glory, because you did, what'd you do there? 25, 26, 27. You did 23 more points of damage than you needed. So describe that death.
As that Beastman makes that turn to hit Tristan, Rock's axe just takes him right in the back of the neck and severs its head cleanly.
Arterial spray just covers Alberic's as it just bursts over to him, and he's just drenched in Beastman blood as he falls to the ground. And we are out of turn order. You survey the area. Go ahead and give me some perception checks as you guys scan for any other danger. Some good rolls. Yeah, everybody. So from the area to the north, basically kind of a little bit where they came from, you do see some what looks to be like some of the bushes where they burst out of rustle a little bit. And there's like they're kind of moving, but it's just the bushes, and you don't see anything over it. The bush is only probably about 3 or 4 feet high, but it's rustling from where they came from.
Rock.
And then the area grows quiet.
Eingar is going to go back and get his crossbow from over here.
Okay. Yep. We see you go get your crossbow.
Rock.
Well, we've done what we came.
No. Do you see it, Rock? And with that, a long brownish green talon points out to those.
I see nothing in the bushes.
Yeah, you just see the bush kind of rustle.
Then come with me. And with that, I am going to break out into a dash.
Are you running towards the bush?
Yeah.
All right, so we see Alberic's begin to sprint to the north. Eingar is trotting over to get his crossbow. He's kind of gone around the berm.
And as Alberic's runs, I am going to... So, at first, I'm going to move, and then I'm going to take an action to turn into a wolf, and then go.
Did we get any healing after that combat ended, or are you just going?
He's just
No,
going.
man, I'm rolling.
You guys are both in pretty good shape. I'm the only one that's really bait up.
All right.
As soon as Eingar sees that they've started heading that way, he'll pick up his crossbow and head off that way also.
Yep.
Rock will
I'll
try to keep up with the wolf.
Safe distance so I don't get one shot by something stupidly and pick up my javelin along the way.
All right, and Rock, are you keeping pace with him? What are you guys' movement speeds? Wolf and Rock.
I'm still normal
So you're still
unencumbered,
30, 60. Yeah.
So my that shimmering thing of fireflies is still right here. So if Tristan walks through it, he'll get healed for another 4 rounds because I can maintain my spell while I turn into a doggone wolf.
Well, the totem's down. You mean the healing spirit down here?
Yeah, I guess that.
Yeah, so that's still there for how many more rounds?
4.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I'll move over to that then.
Yeah, so if you stand in that, then you'll... it's only going to take them 2 rounds to get there, so you would get 2 rounds of its effect, Tom.
All right. And that was a D6.
Sasha?
Each round.
Yeah, so 2d6. Eingar, you use a turn to get your stuff, and then what do you do? Then you head back up to them, or do you stay with Tristan?
I am going to stay with Tristan. Might not be a bad idea for me to step into that also.
All right, so you guys kind of dance around that thing. You would get 1 round of it.
Okay.
And then we'll eventually make a change to that spell that I hate the most.
I know it. Hey, I didn't choose this character. You wanted the random thing.
You chose the spell, though. You could have chose something
What's
else.
Jeremy Crawford say about it?
Jeremy Crawford loves it.
Jeremy thinks it's fine, but he says if people are having problems with it, he's given a ruling on what he thinks they should do if they don't think it's working right.
He says 10d6.
Yeah. All right. So for our 2 that have ran off, let's take care of them now. So it's only 160 feet away from where you were. So you're about, give or take that distance as you get up to the forest edge. And as you get up to the bush, as you were running, you would see it shake, and then it would stop, and then it would shake again, and then it would stop as you're kind of bounding your way across the fields here. You're running through tall grass as you get up to it, and you're starting to enter what is kind of like a light forest area as you get up there. And as you kind of come to this smallish bush, you notice that there seems to be some figures on the ground behind the bushes.
Like
All
captives?
You can't tell. It's on the other side of the bushes.
So I have advantage to hearing and smell.
Okay.
Would that help in this instance?
You could do a perception check on the run for smell.
Not so good.
Not great enough. And I think the problem is that the wind is blowing with you, and you're running north, and the wind is actually the wind is probably coming off the coast, so it's heading from east and moving west, but you're trying to smell something north of you, and you're not quite getting a good scent. You get the smell of probably sweat. You can smell the Beastmen as they have moved through here. Like, you can smell their scents as they come charging through here, as if they're like almost like a line that you can visually see, but it's a smell.
Well, it's not Beastmen on the ground, so Rock doesn't care. He'll push into the bushes.
Yeah, so you crash through the bushes and you get right on the other side of this, and it's just kind of like a big set of brambles. And you can kind of see where the Beastmen had come out and pushed their way out. And then on the other side of those bushes, you see 6 humans that all seem to be tied up and look like they've been thrown to the ground. And a couple of them look like they were trying to crawl away, but they weren't making it very far because their feet and hands have been tied. And they're like on the other side of the bushes here. They have bags over their heads.
I'll put my axe on my back and grab my knife and start freeing them.
All right. So you recognize as you begin to free them, they're all wearing the clothes that you recognize of a lot of the farmers and things that you've seen that come to town. So they're wearing the kind of the workman's clothes. There's some of them are they're all human, and a few men, few females, and a few women. And you get them all kind of untied, and they just look at you with big eyes as they see this huge orc. And then they see the wolf, who also crashes into the bushes and standing next to him. So it's almost like an orc with his pet wolf with them, and they don't know what to do at this point. They don't seem to recognize you. You recognize the type of clothing they wear, and you know they're human. And they look really scared, but you've kind of cutting them loose, and they're just kind of sitting there stunned.
Back to Bastion. And just motion for them to start going back.
And like they kind of seem like like 5 of them are listening, but then there's like one who's like, I just want to go home. I don't want to go back to Bastion. I need to go to my house. I need to check on it. They attacked. And he seems to start heading like as if he wants to go west, which is, you kind of know where all the farming area is. All the farm stuff is north and west of Port Bastion.
Not safe. Dragging about.
And you can see the fear in his eyes, but he's like, I've got to get to my family, and he starts trotting off towards the west. The other 5 of them are listening to you, and they start kind of walking south. But they look pretty beat up too. Like they were pummeled, they were beaten. They're not moving very quickly, but they kind of start moving. They're just stunned. They're almost in shock, and they're kind of shambling their way south. The other guy, he's making kind of like a half trot, half run, and he's heading west.
How far? I'll kind of catch up with him and see how far his homestead is or his farm is.
I'm gonna change out of this wolf form.
Okay. Yeah, as you're running alongside him, he's kind of looking around like he's trying to get his bearings, and he's like, it's only a couple of miles. It should only be a couple of miles.
Hey, Lucian,
Yeah.
can we see these people that they set free?
Yeah, so what Eingar and Tristan see is like a group of humans who look pretty beat up and bloodied and bruised. Their clothing looks disheveled. Eingar would recognize them as a typical farmer folk that he's seen in Port Bastion, that style of clothing that they wear here. Tristan, you haven't really met a lot of the people outside of Port Bastion, but you can tell right away they're all human. There's a mixture of men and women, and they seem to be like, they keep looking back over their shoulder from where they just came through the bushes with a little bit of fear in their eyes, but also a little bit of shock too. Like they're kind of moving still in shock.
Except for the one guy that's leaving.
You probably don't even see him. They're still in the forest area heading west, north and west.
Oh, okay. So we wouldn't be able to see if he's
you don't see that one. Yep, you don't see that one. And you don't see Rock come back out of the bushes, and you don't see the wolf. Okay, so we see Alberic's change back in form. Are you following Rock, or are you going back through the bushes with the 5 people?
Eingar would like to go to the 5 people and render what aid he can to help them, whatever injuries they have.
Yep, I'll follow him.
Yeah, you can do like a medicine check to see if you can kind of ease their pain. You can have advantage. So 11, yeah, just as long as it's over 10. And a 10. Yeah. So
You guys are crummy.
it doesn't heal them, but you're able to stop the bleeding. You're able to help with the shock. The other thing is just seeing people that are more recognizable to them. They see the human paladin. They see the symbol. They recognize that symbol. They see the dwarf. They know dwarves of Port Bastion are known to be just, they're good people, good hardworking people. And so they're coming, their fear is starting to dissipate a little bit. They're shocked. They're starting to come out of shock, and you're able to make it easier on them. Which way? You didn't say where you were going, Alberix.
Alberix takes a minute to watch the rough treatment of medicine that these two people are.
All right, so you go back through the bushes with the people. So we have all of you. So Rock, you're kind of trotting with this guy, and he's already, a little ways out, heading north and west through the woods, out towards the farmlands. Are you going to keep up with him, or are you turning back?
I want to know if he's going to bring his family back to Bastion.
Yeah, I think he would be. What would he say at that point? I think he would be. I need to see they attacked. If they're still there, I need to find out where my family is.
All right, just a couple miles. Let's make it quick.
All right, so you head off. All right, so you just head off.
Totem's up, right?
Totem
so
is
we're
up.
Anticipating that is.
So Rock just bailed on us?
That would seem so.
Yeah, you guys don't see Rock for a while, and when you start looking around, yeah, you don't see him.
So
after we get the
Yep. So you have the people. Who has the sending stone?
And now Alberix was there with the group when we split, so he should know where I'm going.
He watched you follow the guy. Yeah.
I have the sending stone.
All right. So yeah. So the stone buzzes.
I'm gonna answer the phone.
Yeah, and the message from the stone says, "I'm almost there."
All right. Alberix understands that his appearance may be a little unsettling for these folks, but he tries his best to kind of create a comfortable atmosphere and then fade away so that they pay attention to the dude and the paladin and the dwarf.
Okay. And that's it.
And I'll try to soothe them somewhat. Inspiring churchly speeches about goodness and how right is prevailed and yada yada.
Yeah, they listen. They're like they're full on.
The farmers, I'm gonna go take Tristan off to the side for just a second and say, "Here, feel better," and do a cure wounds on him.
On me?
You're still down, aren't you?
I'm down a few points. I could use them. I have one spell slot left. I was just kind of keeping it in reserve.
I still have one after this.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Cool.
So about 20 minutes goes by, and the people are kind of huddled up with you, and we see streaking out of the sky and over the top of you guys, you see again a white owl go cruising by at high speed, flying towards the north. And then when just in a few more minutes, you see on the older gentleman, Belshazzar, that you had met from in town, comes striding up with his big black staff that he has that's made of some type of wood that you've never seen before. And as he gets up, he's looking at the totem and he's kind of nodding and he starts pulling stuff out and he's like starting to lay things out in a big type of ritual, and he's drawing arcane symbols on the ground and he's placing lots of different what seem to be like components or different things that look of an arcane nature, and you can tell he's starting to cast a ritual. And as he kind of starts the whole thing, he kind of looks to you, Alberix, who's kind of near the totem at the time, and he says, make sure I'm not interrupted. It should only take me about an hour.
With the mention of an hour, Alberix puts his shield up and looks to the paladin and the dwarf and says, let's set a perimeter. He needs an hour.
So while they're thinking of that, I cut the heads off all the remaining Beastmen, spike all their skulls, drag their bodies into the convenient death trench, and then, work on it from there.
All right.
Oh my god, you had to desecrate that shit.
All right, so we see you start to get to work. You definitely see the group of people kind of hide their eyes, like they were with you and they were like, "Yeah, this guy's great." And then they see just this raw savagery,
You
and they're
got to
just
make
kinda
sure
like,
you
"Ooh."
put them down for good.
Yeah. And it's like, so they kind of turn away and they kind of lean more towards Eingar, who doesn't seem as savage at the moment, and
You
stay near
said
him.
raw savagery.
So we're gonna
You
flip
can't
our
suffer
view.
evil things. They
Yeah.
could come back. You got to make sure they don't.
That's true. So it's about probably a 15-20 minute run, and you get to the outskirts of the first kind of farming village, and it's this guy's village. And as you get in there, you can see people are there, but you can also tell as you're kind of trotting into this small, and it's not really a village because there's nothing here but some homesteads that are near each other, and then lots of fields and lots of animal pens and things, but there's no other buildings. There's not like, stores or anything like that. It's definitely just a farming community. And you can see people are starting to pick up things, like all the doors were smashed in. You see some dead bodies that are laying around but now have sheets over them. It looks like people are kind of trying to get the bodies kind of gathered up into a spot. It looks like some people are trying to pull the doors back up, and you just kind of see people trying to put stuff back together at this little farming community. And he kind of rushes in, and he kind of goes into a building where the door was crushed in. And when he gets in there, he's yelling out for, a couple of different names, and out from hiding come his wife and his daughter and his son, who were hiding in a storm cellar thing. And so he kind of, you see him rush over and hug them, and then he kind of gathers them up and he starts talking to the various people of the farming community. What are you doing, Rock?
I'll interrupt him as he starts talking to those people and say, "Need go now. Dragon coming. Gather everyone."
All right, so when you say that, like, everybody panics, like, just pandemonium. People are running around. Everybody doesn't know what's going on. Kids are crying. Some people are trying to run and grab stuff. Some people just start heading towards Port Bastion. There's more of a road that leads towards Port Bastion. It's not the way you guys came, but there is a road that kind of meanders around south and more along the coastline towards Port Bastion. Some start going that way without grabbing anything. Other people are running in their houses to grab stuff. Some people are just, there's like a whole panic sets in when you say dragon. I mean, it's just like pandemonium everywhere.
Good.
Okay.
Get him.
We're
Get
the
going.
touchy-feely party.
Said
One's
good.
causing panic, and I'm making people feel like I'm a necromancer. So we're doing good.
Rock's not exactly a people person, so.
All right, that's it for Rock.
But he's doing the right thing. He's going to get them moving and on their way.
Well,
And
some have already left. Some are grabbing stuff and trying to load it into carts.
This is a village that's north of Bastion.
Yeah, some of you have been through here before, and you know that there are clusters of these all throughout the northeast coast of Bastion. There's a whole huge farming community that tries to feed Bastion. So there's like these little clusters. So there's probably 5 or 6 of these that meander along the road before you go far enough north that you don't see any more of them.
Is it faster to take the road back to Bastion, or is it faster to do a straight line towards the totem?
A straight line if they could navigate, but the road is typically easier for people that are using the carts, and it takes an easier path, but it's a longer path.
All right, I'll start pushing a cart.
Okay. So it'll take you a while to take the road and get back to Bastion. All right, so we go through, we have everybody kind of guarding Belshazzar as he's doing this ritual. And an hour goes by, nothing else happens. And you see at the very end of it, and he's been shouting out these arcane words, and you can feel the power in the area start to draw up, and you can see the clouds start to gather above, and then there's the shimmering, and then all of a sudden the totem disappears.
Okay.
As soon as that happens, and Belshazzar
Yeah, it's a tough one.
has turned his attention away from it, Albirix will look at him and say, "So tell me how this has come to be."
Yeah, so he's looking around at the ground around where the totem was, and he kind of deduces about the same thing you do, is that somebody toppled the totem, which broke the original divine magic that this totem holds. The totem itself is a divine object. What I just cast was something to keep it hidden from people, but somebody saw through this. Somebody who wanted the protection of the town to go down.
How did this totem come to be?
He kind of says that there are many legends. The most common one is that some of the first settlers were approached by a divine power of this land, and through great deeds that they did, this deity provided this as a boon to keep this keep their town safe. Their camp wasn't even a town at that point, to keep it safe. Nobody knew what that meant at the time, and what we've learned over the years is that anything that isn't from Port Bastion, when they come into this area, in the influence of this totem, it's almost as if their eyes are coaxed or slightly manipulated to look elsewhere. So even when they try to come in this area, they seem to just wander back off and around to the point that they never actually make it to Port Bastion. And it's kept this town safe from any of the creatures, any of the big creatures, any of the, marauding bands of ugliness that live in these woods, in these jungles, in these mountains, from finding Port Bastion. Oh, you're muted. I'm gonna answer Tom's question though, or Tristan's question. So when you're looking at the bodies, Tristan, you notice there are each of them are carrying a few sacks. Inside the sacks are quite a few like manacles and plenty of cut up rope to obviously tie up prisoners and such. They didn't use all of them that they had. The axes are crude, but obviously dangerous and effective in something's hands that have the strength to wield it. But they don't seem to have any identifying marks that they carry.
So are they kind of like slavers then? Or like if they're just looking for food or something, you don't think they'd have manacles?
Yeah, I mean, from what you can tell, it's obvious that they were out probably gathering prisoners or captives and were planning to do something.
Okay. So do you guys think we should track them back? I mean, we do have a ranger. We might be able to figure out where they went and free other villagers and such.
Eingar, Albrix, and Rock know exactly where they're from.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly where they're from. There is a place called the Maw, which is to the west of here. It is a scourge upon this land, a wound in the earth. And it troubles me that they have come this close to take this totem down. And as Albirix says this, he looks to the wizard. How is it they would come to know this?
Yeah,
What
he kind of looks
do
at the
you-
Beastmen and he's looks at them and thinks they would not have been able to see through my spell.
You do know that they are led by a fiend, do you not?
I've been hearing some rumors as I've taken a meal or two in the lovely coin, but no, I would hear more. What information do you have?
So Albirix doesn't know the name of a Cambion, but I'm going to describe the fiend that Scar, who has
You do know Scar's name.
carried
You
after
did
us
find
for
his
so
name.
long.
Yeah.
What's that, Lucian?
Yeah, you guys did hear his name. It's not his true name, but it is what he's gone by, and that's what you guys have called him, as Scar.
There are otherworldly beings who have come from this spot, and we have fought for the souls of men who have come to defend this land. It is a most dire situation. And in a strange moment of like raw passion, why is it you would sit behind the booth of a man selling baubles and have the power to defend us all this time?
Yeah, and he as you were saying all of that, he kind of looks to you and he says, you clearly underestimate the danger we're now in. With the dragon knowing where we are, it may be only a matter of time before it finds a way to track Bastion down again. The spell will make it difficult. And the wound I gave him, and he kind of, you see the black staff begin to crackle next to him. This artifact found in these lands provided the power. And as you see him say that, you see his shoulders slump. Using this has a great price. A price I was not willing to use. And if I must use it again, there are consequences. I cannot stop that dragon. I am not powerful enough.
Perhaps it is time you tell us the tales of this land. I know that you have the secrets of this place. Tell me now. I have nearly given my life for a place that I was never born of. Why? Why would you not tell us all this time?
He looks at you and he says, I will say this. I was once similar to you, brought here by greed, brought here looking for power. Don't pretend to pontificate that you are here to defend these people in Port Bastion as your new home. It's clear you're here as selfish a reasons as any of those of us that have taken those ships across the sea. I have my secrets. I will keep mine. But Port Bastion is in danger. And he begins to walk back towards Port Bastion.
As he starts to walk, what you say might be true for all of these people here, but I am abandoned. I have been left here. Never did I ask to be left on this plane. I only wished to be amongst my own people, and now I am here. Is this fate? If you know of my fate, then you should tell me. And at this point, he kind of puffs up a little bit, and he's just this skinny, like lanky dude. Then you should tell me, for you know more than you let on. It will be the death of us all if you do not tell.
Yeah, and then I think what would streak past you is the white owl would fly past you very close, almost kind of buzzing you as you go by, lands on his shoulder. He continues to walk south, and over his shoulder, he kind of points to the woods, and he says, "Your destiny is the beast." And he continues on.
Albirix looks over at his shoulder to the dwarf and the paladin. He is no help to us. We're left to pick up the pieces. Let us do this thing.
That's fine by me. All I need is my god and a few people to help.
Yeah.
Let's hope they buy into what you're doing.
Yeah, you get a couple claps from a couple of the farmers when you say that, Tristan. All right. So rounding out tonight, I think what would happen is our group would head back to Port Bastion. Rock hadn't quite caught up to you, but we see a scene of Rock following a straggling line of villagers that are heading down the road towards Port Bastion. And you guys kind of make it to Bastion probably nearish the same-ish time, just because the ritual took an hour and the people are moving slow that are with you and you're moving slow with them. Belshazzar, eventually you lose sight of him at some point and he's up ahead, but you lose sight. But even when you come around a bend or whatever, you still don't see him, as if he's disappeared. And so we see the two separate groups kind of make it back to the gate of Port Bastion as the sun begins to set. It's been a long day. And I think that's where we will end tonight's show, with you guys returning to Port Bastion, where, again, you can smell the smoke, but all the fires have been put out. It sounds like people are in just an organization mode of trying to clear out rubble, getting ready to possibly try to rebuild. And that's where we will pick up next week, deciding on what the group's going to try to do next. For tonight, real quick, let's do this. Let's calculate. I'm going to calculate XP real quick because it shouldn't be too hard. Divided by. Duh. All right, so each of you will get 700 XP for defeating the Beastmen, helping complete the ritual, and saving the prisoners that you found in the woods that were the farmers from the farming village community. So good job, guys. You can add that to your character sheets. And we will pick up next Monday. I think we're still playing. We may be down a player, but if we are, we'll just let somebody else play that. Or because we're in town, we may pick up one of the other surviving characters to play for a night and see how that goes. Or we'll just we'll auto run our ranger if we need to. So other than that, I hope everybody enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons tonight. A big fight with the Beastmen. But you guys turned it around with good tactics and good rolls by the end. My rolls started out good, and then they failed me at the end, and your guys' rolls were bad in the beginning, but saved you in the end. So it was good hard-fought battle, and you kind of know what you're in for as you travel in these lands. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. If you missed anything, you can go ahead and check it out on YouTube. That's youtube.com/SirLucien. Thanks for joining me here on Twitch. If you want to send a tweet to us, talk to us about the campaign, Twitter is @SirLucien Gaming, all one word. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See ya.